What's going on, everybody? It's Ross with Stammer AI, and today I'm going to be showing you a tutorial on how to get lead generated data from your AI agent in Stammer AI through Zoho Flow into your Zoho CRM. Now, I'm not very familiar with Zoho, but I was able to sign up for their free trials and was able to accomplish this example and demo pretty easily and quickly without not knowing much about the platform. You can see I got a couple different leads in here as examples that I used when I got this connection to be successful. So in order to get this done, what we need to do is we're going to use Zoho Flow, which is actually a different domain URL. So like the CRM is crm.zoho, this one's flow.zoho. Again, you're like shaking your head like, oh, this guy's an idiot. I know, I'm just getting started with Zoho, but the good thing is this was relatively easy. So in order to create one of these, we're going to go to create flow, and we're going to select webhook as the configure option. And this is going to give us a webhook URL that we can use to copy and paste into the lead collection webhook URL page or field inside of Stammer AI. And so if you're inside one of your AI agents inside the leads tab and you are asking the user a couple questions, and so for example, you can see I've had a couple test conversations here where I asked it, what's the name, what's the email, and those are the two fields that I'm collecting. And now I want to send that collected data to my Zoho CRM. So now I need to send it to this URL. So that URL is this URL right here that you're getting from this webhook trigger. So we're going to copy that. We're going to paste that in right there. And then we're going to click save. And then we need to initially test it to make sure everything's working properly. The best way to do that is to have a conversation with it. So that way some information is collected like so. And then that way, once you go into the view history and test, you can see that there will probably be one or two failed operations, but that's okay because we need to test it in order to set it up. So in order to do that, once we have some data in here like Johnny and japple@gmail.com and whatever it may be, now those are the fields that we want to send over to the CRM so they're populated inside company, email, name, etc. So once we have this, we're going to click next and then we're going to test it. So after you click the button, there's going to be a little operation here that says test your webhook trigger by sending data. So now we need to go into the Stammer dashboard again, and we're going to click resend. And now we can see webhook successful, data was sent to endpoint successfully. Now if we go back over, we can see, we have a successful transfer of data. We can see the name and email and all the other information that's available to us. Now what we can do is map that information to a new contact or new lead inside your Zoho CRM. And so this is where you can kind of take things in any direction that you want. You could do a step that searches for users first, so that way there's no duplicate data. There's a lot of things that you can do, but for this, to keep this example short and simple, we're going to just create or update a lead. And in order to do that, we need to map the fields that have been collected to the fields that are inside Zoho. And so you can see there's some quite long strings that look really complicated and confusing, but not to worry. Zoho actually made it super easy to understand. And I actually figured out this after about 15 minutes of being frustrated because I watched a video from Zoho and it taught me that all I need to do is select the field that I want. So for example, first name, and all I have to do is click the item over here and it's going to auto-populate the field with the correct short code, which will ensure that the dynamic data that has been collected in Stammer populates every single time over here when we are collecting this data in this flow step. So now when we click done, and I'm going to just quickly remove that so we don't have duplicate data. And we click done. Now when we send information, this is going to save and auto-populate the information inside Zoho CRM. So now what we can do is make sure we've saved it and then we turn the flow on. And then once the flow is on, we can now fully test it from end to end by going into the AI agent and starting a new conversation, and we can provide some new data. So let's do Dave just some test data here. And right now, this information should be populating over into Zoho Flow. If we go into history here, we can see that at 9:45 a.m., one new one was completed, and that's right now. If we go over into our CRM and we refresh, we now see that there is a new lead for Dave, company of Dave, and his email is right there. So now this connection is live, and anytime someone goes through and has a conversation and answers these questions, that information will be auto-populated in your Zoho CRM. So that's it for this one. If you guys have any questions, please feel free to leave them in the comments down below, and I'll see you in the next one. Thanks.